Originally formed as a Board of Trade in 1904, this pioneering group was charged with the initial development of business expansion for the betterment of the town. The board created the original 4th of July celebration in 1904. The city itself didn't even incorporate until 1909. Records indicate that the name Chamber of Commerce was adopted around 1920. The chamber going forward was every inch and mile the ambassador of commerce and goodwill within the city it represented. From early agriculture, discovery of oil, aerospace, wetlands, tourism, to present-day Surf City, USA, the city, residents, and yes, businesses depended upon the chamber for so much through the years of adoption. 1930s, receiving $1,000 from the city to attract Olympic visitors in 1932. 1940s, Chamber formed a golf committee to study the creation of what is known today as the Huntington Club, formerly Seacliff Country Club. 1960s, 60s exploded with population growth, reaching 112,000 people and over 712 new homes under construction. 1962, Douglas Aircraft picks Huntington Beach for their $75 million space and missile division, and the chamber was there, facilitating the relationship that became so central to the city's now international image.
McDonnell Douglas, and then later becoming Boeing, played a very important role in the life of Huntington Beach. All of the international recognition that we got, plus they had this huge piece of property out in the industrial area, which was a great contributor to the property tax base. And they were always community supporters, and they always had people serving on committees. McDonnell Douglas Boeing was a great corporate citizen.
Next, downtown redevelopment was a hot topic for over 10 years, and the chamber moved the parties together, making the difference once again.
The city had been wanting to redevelop the downtown, and so at this point they were ready to form another committee, and chamber business community members were appointed to that committee, and it was business and government working together that actually ended up making the downtown redevelopment happen.
With the major investment from the Robert Mayer Corporation, the Waterfront Beach Resort, a Hilton Hotel, the team of Bob Mayer and Steve Bone began the development of HB's Coastal Playground.
We then looked to Bob Mayer and Steve Bone. They owned the Huntington Beach Inn on property down the street, and they began planning for what is the Hilton today. And thank you to them, they were the impetus that got the hotel development starting on Pacific Coast Highway.
So when Joyce retired, she had 28 years with the chamber and a certain way of running things, and did a very nice job of that. But we felt it was time to bring it into the 21st century. So we put in a new chamber computer program, and it helped us manage the funds, both the inflow and the outflow of funds, and manage all of the members of the chamber. And we found that worked out very well. I was the interim CEO while we did a national search for a new president of the chamber. And of course, we selected Jerry Wheeler.
Sharing some thoughts on Huntington Beach. Well, first of all, it gave me 7 of the best years of my life. I couldn't have asked for more. I love the city, we love the location of the city, and we certainly love the people in Huntington Beach.
The President and CEO of
as Chamber CEO, I was proud to work with and represent the business community at the city, county, and state level. And by working with our many community partners, I really think we had a positive impact, not only in the business community, but on the quality of life in Huntington Beach.
When 9/11 hit the country, the city was looking for a boost.
So the Chamber of Commerce formed a committee to address the issue of what could the message be, what should it be, to help our retailers that were suffering under this condition. So the campaign was developed to encourage people to shop, play, and stay in Huntington Beach. I'm very proud to be a part of that. This is one of the pieces of memorabilia that I have. You can see that it's very patriotic in its look because it was fashioned after then President George Bush's call to action. And we wanted that to be part of the messaging, the imaging was a patriotic duty to resume business as usual.
And it really exemplifies a lot of the small businesses here in Huntington Beach because we do in fact live, work, and play here in this great community.
And later, a much anticipated transformation.
One of the things I'm most proud of is I named the mall Bella Terra. The name Huntington Center had been the name since 1967. People called it the Huntington Beach Mall. We did from time to time, but we never changed the signage. But here we are building a brand new mall. We're going from enclosed to open air. We're going to be a lifestyle entertainment center, a really beautiful mall. And I felt there needed to be a name that reflected the Italian design and colors and mean something to people when they heard the name, because I knew that the mall was very important to people.
Oh, I just found some chamber memories. Wow. This is the Women of Action, now called the Sand Dollars. Back in the 60s or 70s, we're going to convention in Fairfield, California for the California Women in Chambers of Commerce. As I think about it, the role of women in the Chamber of Commerce grew because they started becoming really independent. They started buying businesses, getting high-powered jobs, and joining the chamber. One of the most important things that the chamber did was to give out referrals. And when they hired me to be the receptionist, of course I knew everybody, so it was easy. They just called and I knew who they wanted. I could recommend them. And everyone always got together and got the help they needed when they called the chamber.
I want to thank all of you for being a part of the chamber. I want to say a special thanks to our ambassadors, those who are on the front line serving every day, making sure our businesses feel heard, feel seen, feel value in their membership. We thank you for all of your service, being at every ribbon cutting, making sure everybody is well taken care of and feeling connected to our chamber.
Yes, let's talk about the ambassador program. It's been around for ages. I've only been involved for about 15 years now, and it is an amazing arm of the chamber.
I created the ambassadors the first year I was here because I had that program at the chamber. I was previously serving in Northern California. Always know who they are by their burgundy jacket.
And nowadays we're just a lot more casual. We just represent ourselves and just represent the chamber.
Early investments into the very fabric of a growing HB would later lead to dividends, especially as the growing popularity of visiting Huntington Beach became a true destination and a major income stream.
So we are re-engaging with our international marketing offices, engaging with our PR sort of messaging and how we're storytelling. Our website and how we're interacting with people globally is just off the charts. We are looking at new creative campaigns this year. We've added some additional infrastructure as far as who's on our team here, and we're getting ready for this next wave of visitors that are coming in here, and they're looking for a great place to stay, great place to eat, great place to shop, and we think Surf City USA provides that perfect spot.
Today's marketing marvel, Visit HB, of more than $500 million of direct spend annually, without costing the residents a dime. That ROI would be something even Bill Gallion would be proud of during the early days of the Chamber of Commerce.
Today, post-COVID, business is done a little differently, but the Chamber of Commerce still has a great foundation to build relationships with, to build business with, and to also be involved with this great community of Huntington Beach.
That was always my philosophy, that if people work together, you could accomplish more than individuals working independently. And so I always promoted the city and the chamber, the business community, working together for the betterment of Huntington Beach.
Exchanging your business cards, getting to know each other. This is what the Chamber Mixers are all about. You know, we all have great things to offer one another, and when you know someone, that's when you get to use that resource, right? So now you know lots of people.
The city motto is still the city of expanding horizons, and with a host of city traditions and a history of win-wins, Huntington Beach will continue to thrive and will have a business friend that will take you to the next level, into the future.
And lastly, I want to say thank you to all of you in the room and all of you who are members of the Chamber. It's because of you that we can do what we do, and I say cheers to the next 120 years.